I'd like to call to order this special commission meeting, city manager application review and water quality projects grant approval, February 13th, 2026. We could do the roll call, Mary?
Sure. Mayor Collins, Vice Mayor Reed,
Here?
Commissioner Clark,
Here.
Commissioner Giobi,
Here.
Commissioner Rich.
Here. All right, Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Comments by city commissioners. Commissioner Rich?
I have none.
Commissioner Giobi?
I have none, thank you.
Commissioner Clark?
None.
I have none. Comments? Oh,
I did have one thing. I don't know if anyone here or on TV could see this booklet that was put together for the applicants in review of the city manager's position, but I want to thank the staff. They have done an excellent job in putting this together. I want to thank each and every one of you. Thank you, Rosin, for your department, HR. That's it. That's all I just want to say. Thank you.
I believe it was Miss Cuffey.
Yes.
That did all the booklets as well.
I'm sorry, Coffee.
The whole department.
But the whole department. I know there's a lot of hands in the
And
pot.
Karen took the lead. Thank you.
I have no comments. Comments by city manager?
I have none.
Comments by city attorney?
I have none.
All right. Can I get a motion for approval of the agenda as published?
Move approval of the agenda is published.
I'll second the motion.
Any public comment on the agenda, how it's published? Seeing none. Mary? All in favor?
I
Aye. Comments from the public on non-agenda items? No public comments? All right, commission action. Lee.
Authorization to submit EPA grant application, resolution number 15-2026, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Stuart, Florida, authorizing a U.S. Environmental Protection Agency grant application for water quality projects benefiting the St. Lucie River, including muck removal from creeks, and authorizing execution of a grant agreement if awarded, and further authorizing any minor amendments to the grant agreement, and authorizing issuance of a purchase order to Grant Works for the writing and submission of said grant application, providing for an effective date and for other purposes. And Ruth Holmes is here to answer any questions that you might have on this resolution.
Any comments from the commissioners or questions?
I just wanted to thank Ruth Holmes, our environmental attorney. Thank you very much, Ruth.
Great start.
Could
Did
you just comment?
Yeah, on the
describe extent
application
of the
itself,
grant
yeah.
In terms of, and the timeframes?
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Ruth Holmes. So my knowledge of the grant is that, first of all, the deadline for submitting the application is March 16th, 2026. So we have,
Start.
we hurried up with Grant Works to get us a scope of work as soon as we could. We received it yesterday afternoon. That's how quickly things are moving. And we just got notice of this early last week. I was on a webinar with EPA earlier this week, and they said it takes a few months for them to determine whether or not you have an eligible project or projects for the grant. And also, in talking with some of the folks here and in the community, and with some of the commissioners, there's more than one creek, obviously, in the city that may need muck removal. So the way I understand it is that each creek will be its own project. So we'll apply for, at least we're looking at now, talking with the Public Works Director, we're looking at Poppleton Creek and also Fraser Creek for, and the proposal from the city will be for conventional muck dredging. The big ticket item in that is disposal of the muck. It all depends on what's in it, and we don't know yet. Each project grant is up to $1 million. Just so that'd be, in a perfect world, if they looked at the city favorably, that would be $2 million per creek. Whether that actually happens that way, I don't know. I'm also looking at another proposal with a group that I think probably some of you are familiar with, the Lake Okeechobee Restoration Initiative folks. And my understanding from Martin County, they use a similar product in some of their public works projects in the past. They said that that product, that's a biological agent, it's not a chemical, and it works best in non-flow areas. So these creeks that lead out to the river probably wouldn't be the best projects for that product, as we understand it. I also talked to one of their board members this morning, who is the a former executive director of the South Florida Water Management District and the head of their operations division for a very long time. So he's a civil engineer. He's been around since the early SERP days. So I trust his background and knowledge of it. And he thinks that a proposal using that product in the upstream areas of, say, Poppleton Creek would be a good idea. And then if we do get funding from the EPA, then looking at dredging from like Canner Highway out to the mouth of the river. And he also thinks that would be a good project if, again, if we could do it, because if we can clean everything out, we would really see if there is another discharge event, another excessive discharge event from a lake, would be able to see over time whether or not a lot of that muck is coming from total suspended solids coming across the S80. So those are kind of some of the things that we're looking to do. I will say that when I talked to Martin County, I talked to a couple folks there this past week. They received this grant. They received $500,000 for this same grant in years past. And because of the very strict conditions placed on the grant, they actually couldn't turn their procurement times around. They couldn't get things in place and had to actually give the money back. So I want to just say that in full disclosure, we're going to be working really hard and hopefully, to get this grant going, but nothing is a slam dunk, and nor is this grant. So I just wanted to let you know that.
So
Commissioner Clark, you have a comment?
Oh, let him finish first.
Oh.
you
see his
anticipate
light on.
receipt of the funds June or July? If successful?
If I remember correctly, I think it's actually a 5 to 6 month turnaround, but I'll have to double check and make sure about that.
And then how long would you anticipate this project would take? Don't know yet, right?
It depends about that. No, I really don't know. I mean, it depends. A lot of it, we have to do sediment testing to see what's in it,
Right.
because that will require, it may require unconventional disposal options.
So I just attended a meeting of the Indian River Lagoon Council in Sebastian on Tuesday, and they were reviewing the grants that they had given, and there was one for muck removal. So I will get you that information. Maybe we don't have to reinvent the wheel here. We can follow the success they've had or the procedure they've implemented already. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Rich. Commissioner Clark?
Yeah, you mentioned unconventional removal and the disposal with all the other people who are dredging. Or do we have designated areas to put this material and then see what the material is when it's dredged?
Well, I believe that the procedure for doing that is to do sediment testing first.
Right there, okay.
And to see what's in it, what kind of contaminants, or if any, are in the muck. And then disposal sites, local disposal sites may be an option, but depending what's in it, it may have to be trucked to Okeechobee.
Okay.
Question, Ruth. I know you mentioned there was a municipality that got $500,000 per. How long has this grant been available for?
As a city, a county.
I saw a table in the EPA documents. I thought I may have had the table with me, but I don't. It goes back at least 10 years.
Has the city ever applied for this grant?
Not that I'm aware of. It's possible, but not that I'm aware of.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think the county has, like you said, yeah.
The county has.
And then they couldn't,
Whatever, I'm not sure exactly what happened. I intended to talk to the county attorney about it before this afternoon's meeting, but I just couldn't get to it. But I would like to, because I'd like to have a lessons learned from them if they're willing to tell us. That way we can try and, avoid those types of pitfalls.
thanks.
As far as the grant application or the cleanup or,
So with any grants that you get, there'll be a set of special or general conditions, and sometimes they're quite onerous. It may be that they require some, that you award it to a certain type of contractor, or that you weight your procurement a certain way, or that the turnaround for the timing is such that it makes it pretty hard depending on the local government's procurement rules. So, I'm just not sure yet.
yeah. So it's a simple grant application then for muck removal and cleanup.
I don't think it's simple.
Gotcha.
I mean, really,
I think you meant to say it was
I'm
simpler.
anticipating also having to talk to people with, very high-level technical backgrounds. I'm going to reach out to the Riverkeeper. I'm going to reach out to Martin County's technical people, probably people at Florida Oceanographic, because I think there's going to have to be some type of analysis that the city doesn't necessarily have at its on staff.
Beforehand, like before
Right.
it'd be approved. Commissioner Clark?
And those bodies of water that don't empty into the river right now, do we have a good listing of them for the city? Do you have them marked? I know you talked about Upper Poppleton Creek versus closer, but other areas that would have needed, let's say like even the pond along Palm Beach Road or whatever it is. Do you have those all, do you have anything charted for our areas?
Not yet, but we
Okay.
will.
Okay.
Any further comment from the commissioners? No. So we're looking for a motion then for this resolution.
I'll make a motion to accept Resolution 15, 2026, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Stuart, Florida, authorizing U.S. Environmental Protection Agency grant application for water quality protection benefiting the St. Lucie River and for including muck removal from creeks, et cetera.
Second.
Thank you. And I want to thank Ruth because obviously this has been around for 10 years, and I want to thank you for the fact that we are now applying for it.
I will also say that thanks should be also extended to Milton Leggett. He's part and parcel of this whole thing.
Thank you, Milton.
There's a motion for approval on resolution number 15, 2026, and seconded by Commissioner Clark. Are there any public comment regarding this motion? Seeing none, Mary, roll call.
Commissioner Rich?
Yes.
Commissioner Giobi?
Yes.
Commissioner Clark?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Reed?
Yes. All right, Lee, agenda item 2.
Well, normally I'm reading the resolution, but we don't have a resolution. It's a D&D, but it's the city manager application review, which, Ross, are you going to do an opener for this? Okay, all right.
The commission opted to have a commission or a committee formed, a screening committee to look at all the 82 applications that we received for the role of city manager. The committee consisted of Vice Mayor Sean Reed, Robin Cartwright, Karen Chambers-Cuffey from Human Resources, and Dan Hudson, who's a former city manager and county administrator and such. So they met this morning at 10 a.m., and I must say I'm very impressed and pleased. Everyone was extremely well prepared, did their homework, came to the table ready to talk about the candidates. They did narrow down a short list for the commission down to, these are for you, if you don't mind. I've given a copy to the city attorney and the city clerk. They have narrowed down the short list to 8 individuals, 4 of whom are the veterans preference individuals we spoke of earlier. And then they added an additional 5. We call them second round in the event that you would like to consider any of them for first round, or if any of the others decline the opportunity to interview or otherwise withdraw. So those are in front of you, and at this time, it would be a good opportunity to discuss the commission's thoughts on candidates reviewed as well, and make a determination of who you would like us to extend an interview invitation to.
Commissioner Giobi?
I had a question, a housekeeping question. So that committee is done with their work now, Rosalind?
That is correct.
All right, because I know that they were kind of like in, I guess, cone of silence, but Miss Cartwright
Cartwright.
is here, so I know that it's a public meeting, but I just wanted to be sure. All right, go on, you had a question?
Oh, I thought it was the wrong light. It was your light, actually.
Okay, sorry, thanks.
Commissioner Rich?
So what does this mean, second round if desired?
If, two things, if any of the candidates, the initial 8 up above, decline the opportunity to interview, we could move one of the other individuals up to take that place, or if the commission interviews these initial 8 candidates and feels that they'd like to interview other people, these 5 were made available by the screening committee as potentials.
Okay,
So are they, so do they feel they are qualified to a lesser degree than the 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 above them?
We requested to come up with approximately 8 to 10. The desire of
Okay.
the commission was to interview everyone in one day. 8 can be suited easily into one day, and they felt overall that these 8 candidates did meet the qualifications most closely, but the others would be the next round if desired.
Okay, so they are ranked. Yes,
They're qualified.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mr. Vice Mayor.
I can
do you wanna
jump in.
Yeah, I can
Or how
comment.
you arrived at that decision?
Absolutely, Commissioner Rich. So for further clarification, there were 4 that were veterans' preferences, so they're required. The other 4, Shane Corbin, Mark Mathis, Christopher Russo, Chandler Williamson, those were the 4 that were ranked higher, where they had 3 or 4 committee members that agreed to have them there. The other 5, those were like maybes and stuff. Not that, my personal opinion is, I feel as if they should still be interviewed and we should go with the 13 just in case some drop out. That's my opinion. But yes, they were ranked. We focused heavily on people with Florida experience, people that currently live in Florida. There might have been 1 or 2 that might have been maybes outside of Florida. I'd have to pull it up. But yes, that's how we ranked it off experience and their resumes. So I don't know if you had anyone that you didn't see on the list that we provided out of the 82 applicants that might have got your attention versus
Yeah,
ours.
absolutely. And thank you. This was a very difficult task, I'm sure.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
I woke up, I've been up since 4 a.m. this morning, still going through resumes.
And I apologize to the candidates because the problem is when you have this many, even the slightest, say, error in your application or perceived disqualification, you're like, you're out. I just have to comment on LaToya Ricketts.
yep.
Do you know what
She
tab
is the
number that was?
most
Number
credentialed.
71.
Most credentialed. She is number 71. What an impressive submission. Was there any discussion about her suitability or?
I can't recall offhand.
sure
I really
you
can't. There's so many.
I have that on my list.
But I just wrote it down and
I saw that on my list.
I'm very happy to see Mark Mathis on there, a local boy,
Yes,
lives right down the street. Impressive educational.
Mark is number
Resume.
52, I think.
I know Mark got really tired of driving to Fellsmere.
don't blame him.
52.
Ricardo
58.
Mendez, is he on there?
He was a maybe, and the reason he was a maybe, by the way, Commissioner Rich, he didn't have any employment history from 2021 and on. That's why he was a maybe, but he had HR experience, he had finance experience,
He has a
and assistant city
impressive
manager.
career.
Correct.
Yeah.
And he was very detailed with his bullet points, so that's why he was a maybe. But we were just unsure of the employment history, so that's why he was a maybe, and I feel he should
Well, that's
still be there.
So we have no idea what he's been doing since 21.
Or if it was a typo. So when we spoke with City Attorney Lee, he said sometimes this could be a common practice when there's government positions where it keeps things on the record.
Yeah, I can explain. So when you first apply for a government job, you probably spend a lot of time putting in information for the first time, but then when you subsequently apply to other local governments, your information is saved in the cloud, I guess you could say, and you have to update it. So, for instance, when I first applied for Port St. Lucie, it took me several hours to put all this information in, and then later I applied for Martin County. I didn't have to, I just had to edit it to update it for 4 or 5 years that I'd been at Port St. Lucie. So there could be operator errors in the software that you're in the cloud, but everybody who applies for a local government, that's why I think we saw some indication that they were applying for another job in another town, and it's probably because that's the place they applied to initially when they put all the information in, and they didn't get the job, and then they have applied to other cities years later, and you're, like, if I were to apply right now for another local job, my stuff is in the cloud, in the software for local governments, and I would have to go in and update it.
No, I was surprised. I was surprised to see even in the job they were applying for, it was incorrect because of that, that fact, because it was a prior application, and they didn't even bother to correct it. So I'm glad to see you put Chandler Williamson on there. That was pretty impressive. Larry Tibbs, yes, he's a great many military
Yeah, I saw that.
folks, which is some of their experience. I'm surprised they could even describe it because some of those projects are pretty closely held.
I think I saw one where it said unclassified or not, yeah, something like that, yeah.
Did Ramon Colon, is that name familiar to
Now, what
Mr.
tab
Vice
number was that,
President?
though?
He's in Oregon, so maybe that's,
Do you know what the tab number was, though?
oh, he's 18.
18? I don't think we discussed 18.
Okay.
I'll write it down.
Shane Angela Cruz, I'm sorry. It was a remarkably diverse group of people, I must say.
I agree.
Colin Donnelly. Colin Donnelly was
You're in the
number
second
20,
Yeah, he was in the maybe.
or no, I'm sorry, George Dickens. No, he's got two.
Donnelly or George Dickens?
No, George Dickens. I just thought he had is a very interesting
What
resume.
tab number was he?
He was number 24, but he's got too many N's in his row, so I can see why. Could be few. Interesting. Okay, I think those are the only ones that.
Commissioner Clark, you had comments?
So I had David Harvell, number 42. 42. He's local. I mean, he has a lot of years of experience, but he's local to Martin County. And he has an extensive ICMA background.
I want to know why he was in college for 10 years.
I want to know
Probably
why he
studying.
didn't submit a resume.
Well, I did, I looked at his job thing, so you have concerns about that?
Well, it's just, he was, if you look at he was at the University of North Carolina School of Government from 2010 to 2020. That's a long time to be in college.
I liked his the kind of work that he did, and the fact that he was living here, even though he's, let me see, when was the last time he worked?
Commissioner, the 10 years of college could have been part-time, ongoing.
People work and to go to school.
No, he has a very interesting resume.
He has a good resume.
There's no doubt about it. And he was town manager, assistant city manager, town manager. I mean, he's got the experience.
Yes, and then I had LaToya Ricketts also because of her extensive background in education and practical background with the different, I think like somebody who can work in grants and community and culture, and the same thing with number 72 after that, Shamara Robinson. But I know that they were, the thing, the same thing with the seeking for the assistant city manager thing, that's one of those things where it shows up like that, but I did like the background. And I think that she was not a veteran. And out of the veterans, I saw this from Peoria, Illinois. I think it's the one from Peoria, Illinois. Michael Giardino, number 34, and I'd at least like Ricketts, and I don't know if you guys don't like Harvell, but, and that one to at least be added to a strong consideration. And out of these that were put in, oh yeah, Michael is in your list, okay, good.
Yeah, he's veteran
Fine,
preference.
thanks, okay. Yeah, and that's the one out of the veterans that I picked, okay. So Michael and Mathis, I looked at Corbin, but I hadn't put him in the top thing, but Michael and Mathis are the two on my list that showed up on your first, what do you call it, first round, I guess? First preferences out of those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Top tier.
Okay,
is that-
okay. Top tier, okay.
They had 3 or 4 committee members
Yeah.
that supported them. The maybes were like 2s and 3s potential. My question though,
I definitely like for either the committee or for us to look at number 71 and number 72,
my question with 72, Commissioner Clark,
especially 71.
it was just because it was Illinois. So I didn't know how the rest of the commission would feel relocating a potential city manager. That was,
My concern about her was 71 or 72?
72, Shamar.
Yeah, is she's only ever supervised a very small number
Small
of people.
amount, yeah, I hear you,
So like that question got brought up too, Commissioner Rich, from Dan. I asked him for clarification, Dan Hudson, and he said it could go either way. He said sometimes you can have a city manager and they should be able to scale it up based off the city. I don't know. I mean, that's what he had to say on that. But I get where you're coming from.
Raj, have you ever seen this many words on an application? I mean,
No, some were very
Ms.
verbose.
Ricketts, I want her here just because of her experience with CDBG, and maybe she can put to this.
71. If we could add number 71.
I'm not going to say
our
anything
review
more.
list.
So and where
But it is,
I think she's from Riviera Beach.
this
or has
woman
experience in Riviera
is,
Beach.
which one?
and it's
Ricketts.
well written. I mean,
She has a PhD in something.
It's-
mean,
I
can
would
go
like
back
to
the
interview her.
page.
And Commissioner
I picked her
Commissioner
up.
Clark, would you agree we should
I
interview?
picked her up on when I was looking through this
Yeah.
book.
I mean, she hit,
And the
there's
one-
buttons she hits that I didn't know there were buttons, those buttons existed. I've never seen anything like this.
Did Latoya Ricketts, number 71,
71,
did they have city manager? Did they ever hold a city manager position?
Worked in planning and development.
Because I think that was a big consensus from not only the committee. I don't know. That was my opinion.
To have been a previous city manager.
Yeah, just because I feel like it's such a niche thing that either you've worked side by side to a city manager or you've held the position. That was my opinion on it.
Well, she
though.
was
those
the
military
executive
types.
director of the Housing Authority. She was, she
She's
worked
in government.
for HUD. You know, she's done all the jobs of the people who are going to be under her. I mean, she supervised great, many people. Serviced it. Yeah, I don't know. do you feel you need all of us to recommend that she be added, or two of us, or three of us?
I mean, that was just, I mean, there's four of us here. We're missing one board member, but
If we could add Dr. Ricketts, that would be a good thing. I think that I've looked at it's very, her background in some of the work that she's done, project manager.
do you think maybe we should try to get to like 8 to 10 applicants? And then if there's someone like Latoya that maybe didn't have city manager or experience in that, they could be in the count for 12, I guess? Because I think we should go through 8 to 12 in that range. There's already 4 veteran preferences, so we'd be picking 8 potentially on top of that to have like a number around 12. Because currently, right now, we have what, 12, and then we added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we had 13, so we have 18 currently with every board member's picks up here between the committee members and the city commission.
So we're forced to consider vets,
Correct.
even though at least one of them clearly is not qualified.
Correct.
Okay.
There's still, it's a Florida state statute, correct?
For veterans preference? Yes.
That's what it
Well,
was
it's
for.
the FVDA, or FDVA,
Federal.
so, yeah. Yeah, but then Florida has nuances in the state. So these 4 met it. We have a lot of veterans who applied,
Well, we
but
need
these
to get
4 met
8
it.
plus 4.
Yeah, and I think if we're doing 12, that's a lot of interviews in a day. I know we
Yeah, I
were
know,
pushing for a
but
day, but it should be
Give
split.
people a
into-
chance.
You'd have to do 2 days. Right now, you have it scheduled for
Yep.
the 24th.
Yep.
You'd have to do 2 days of interviews, and I know there were a lot of scheduling conflicts, which is how we got to the 24th.
Yeah,
But then we would need another day.
Correct.
I'm not here. on
And I was able to navigate 8 for you, starting at 9 a.m. If you started at 8 a.m., you could be done by 4:30, but if you start at 9, you'll be done at 5:30.
So in essence, what you're saying is this, is the screening committee has made the choice, and that's what we're stuck with.
No, that would be
No.
implied from you, but the screening committee was to screen them with the public. So we had 2 members of the public, myself included, and then someone from HR. So that was the purpose of the screening committee. But to say that these are already picked, I think would be a false statement.
Thought we had a chance to add more.
That's why we're here.
Okay.
Or you can replace some of the 8. So the 4 vet pref are set there, but then you can modify this any way you wish. The screening committee's purpose was simply to help narrow down the 82.
Correct.
So that you'd have some options, but you can certainly add and remove, make 2 days of interviews,
No,
1 day, it's whatever
no.
you choose.
You don't want to do 2 days?
No, we cannot remove the vets.
Correct.
No,
They have to
right,
stay.
those are set.
Yes.
And that's where we're trying to stay between 8 and
Yeah.
12, and it sounds like we're going to be on the higher end of that number.
Shane Corbin.
So I think we should.
I agree, Shane's a good one.
Yeah, I really think we should be looking at
Mark's a good one.
the 5 that were added, Commissioner Rich, and potentially looking at those versus,
73.
there's a give or a take.
Christopher Russo's a good one, and Chandler Williamson's very impressive, I thought. Colin Donnelly.
What was the discussion on
Well,
number
okay,
71?
I'm sorry. Go
They
ahead,
they did
Commissioner
talk
Clark.
about number 71.
That's
or not?
Latoya Ricketts. No,
Yeah,
I
that's because
don't,
of the no city manager.
probably no city manager, and, well, Latoya's in Riviera, I believe, which is Florida, but I believe it was because of the city manager experience. I
What
think
was the
that's,
David Harville one? What was,
that was 42. That was actually one of my picks originally for a maybe, but then when we started narrowing maybes down, I believe I might have been the only one on the committee.
So we're not allowed to say out loud who we disagree with, because we're prejudging, correct?
Well, I think that's why we're here.
no, if we're going to drop somebody off this list now,
Well, I'm looking,
clear it down to just 4 and 4, or if we're going to extend it to, from Shane Corbin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we got to Hawthorne, that would be 8 if we just kept those 8. Or if we added 2 or 3 today and made some changes in this second tier, whatever we need to do, if we have to keep the 4 in the first tier and maybe pick some from the second tier and whatever we need to add in.
I think maybe what we should do is just try to get it down to 8 right now and then add the other 4 potential 5, because we have the 4 veteran preferences. I think maybe we should be discussing Shane Corbin, Mark Mathis, Christopher Russo, and Chandler Williamson to see if that makes the 8. and then going from there with the second round and narrowing that down to like 4 to 5. Because like, for example, Ricardo Mendez, he's missing on his resume work experience, so he might not even make it through the second round. So
He
even if we
does?
were in, yeah, well, from 2021 and on until
Oh, that's the
present,
one that
yeah.
We just expressed about that.
And that one, even if he was like number 13 or something, it might not necessarily be a big deal, because if he doesn't meet, or if there's something not there
16.
desired.
I wrote perfect career down for him.
Which one, Ricardo?
Yeah, Ricardo, but no, I didn't notice. That's a good catch there.
Maybe, so that when one not
Does he live? He's local.
Who was it?
identify,
Ricardo Mendez.
He's in Miami.
Yeah. Well, that's local.
Yeah.
so that
I mean, look at this resume. Holy mackerel.
when we're not.
Well, Roz, can you reach out to him and ask him why there's that hole in his CV?
Yes, I can certainly do that.
Would that have to be done after
would-
this?
It might delay your time, yeah, so, or we can ask him to come prepared with that, if he's someone that you want to see.
Okay,
He
so,
could be on the second day of interviews also.
Correct.
Actually, the top candidates would be on the first day of interviews, where we go
Correct.
through them. We're now picking a second day, which would most likely be the next day, the 25th, if everybody's calendar is available.
I think there was a conflict with
There
that.
was a
but
conflict.
Commissioner Clark had a comment.
Okay.
okay, so we have 4 veterans, that's a given.
That's a given, yes.
So the 2 that are named after that, number 19 and number 58, I would agree that we keep those 2 at least.
What about Christopher Russo?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so then we're going with the committee. We're going with the committee.
Well, not necessarily. I mean,
Yeah,
we're here.
I know, that's fine, that's fine. And then,
How'd you feel about 83?
80,
She's terrific. That's a terrific resume.
yeah,
Chandler
that's the one that you
Williamson?
said that
What?
you had looked.
Chandler
Yeah,
Williamson?
Sam.
Yeah,
So, like,
But there's 2 vets who are not qualified, but we have to talk to them.
Yeah.
I'm not going
So-
to name them, but they're not qualified.
So Commissioner Rich,
Colin Donnelly is not qualified. Aretha Farrell Benavides.
well,
isn't.
we'll discuss those next. So
Okay.
like, are these 8, are you comfortable with these 8, like the first 8?
Yes. am.
Commissioner Giobi, how do you feel about the
I'm
first 8?
comfortable with the first pick, the 8, and I think we can certainly discuss the second round.
That's what I'm talking about. I think we should figure out the first 8, and then we should figure out the next 4 to 5 potentials on the second round that were maybes
Okay.
from us. I just want to make sure I get a consensus from the board, though, and I feel like we're there. Commissioner Clark, how'd you feel about the first 8? That's
yeah,
published.
I'm looking at, I looked at 83, but I didn't look at it in detail, so no, I'm.
We have
Not
time.
that everybody,
Yeah, take a quick look. It's
Take your time.
It's very apparent that he's worthy of our consideration.
he or she.
Chandler?
Mr.
Isn't Chandler a male
Mr.
name?
Well, there are lots of,
Who knows? Nowadays,
The name to me.
he has a Hotmail address. Isn't Hotmail like the 80s?
Late 70s, I think, at least.
I still have an AOL and a Hotmail,
I
Commissioner
still have
Rich.
an AOL.
Doesn't mean I use them, though, but I do have it.
I can't remember the last time I saw a Hotmail address.
did you see that he did some work on dredging and renovation of Lake Okeechobee?
Yes. No, I look forward to speaking with Mr. Williamson.
All right, what's your next
And
question?
he's been in
Mr. Vice
Pahokee.
Mayor?
And he's-
I thought we were looking at the
Yeah, so
second round.
I feel like as a board, we're all in agreement with the first 8.
That's what I thought. I thought we
The thing that I would focus on heavily next then is the second round, so we can eliminate some of them. I don't know if you want to go one at a time, or if you want to chime in, if you have picks in these.
I'm here at number 25. No, number.
I thought we'd take some time, just at the dais, looking through
To
the
look
next
through?
5, and
Okay.
then comment on those, rather than flipping back and forth while we're trying to talk about each one.
Okay.
So we're at number 25?
Right, but we're all going to look from 25 to the next 5 people.
Colin Donnelly.
Out loud or just look at something that we
Look at
might
it,
have
and then you
missed?
could note
Okay.
your preferences or not, and then we
Okay.
can discuss the next 5, which is the second round.
I mean, he's a grants administrator.
Okay, we were going to do them.
Who are we
Make
speaking of?
comments
What tab number,
after
Commissioner
we're
Rich?
finished.
Number 26,
We're looking at
25.
25, I
We're
thought you
looking
said.
at the next 5 individuals. You make
Right.
notes, and then we can discuss them, rather than going by individually.
Oh, okay.
They're going to figure that out, but probably.
Quiet time on the dais.
I already have notes on every one of them, so.
Well, then
I-
you get to do
I will
nothing.
just sit quietly.
Right, that would be nice.
And as far as Commissioner Rich, with Connolly, he was an assistant city manager from 2006 to 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And town manager in another state.
And Dania Beach.
Yeah, he was assistant city manager in Jersey as well.
So the reason why, for those probably who are on the board, the reason why this is, maybe Roz can help me out here, why it seems a little bit more daunting. We had Colin Basinger, who did the step before this, was between the city staff, and what did Basinger do? How did that happen when he was doing the last thing? Or he did everybody?
The two primary functions of the Benzinger group was to source the candidates and run the backgrounds. Those were the two primary functions. We had committees and we had other folks involved in helping narrow this down. What is really the most helpful, if I may suggest, is tab number 3, which has the listing of all of the candidates. The column that refers to the bachelor's degree and the 4 to 10 years of leadership, those are the minimum qualification columns. All the rest are really good to have. But the bachelor's degree and the 4 to 10 years of senior leadership are the primary minimum qualifications for the role. So going down there, if there's 2 yeses, they've met the minimum qualifications. And that's something that the screening committee also used to narrow it down even faster. Sometimes that helps. I don't know if it does, but if you want a quick glance at candidate 12, 42, 81, this tool might prove useful.
And I noticed that a lot of people have 30 years or more of service. So,
Hence looking at Florida.
Yes.
I mean, I applaud the chutzpah of the people who applied with just a high school education.
or working at Walmart or something.
I saw that.
Hey, give it a try.
When was that? I forgot, I wrote it down. Like the one out, number 57, I think. Ah. I wish this was not in the second round.
Which one?
I think it's number 28, you know, it's 30
So when we
years.
say-
They're
when we
almost at
say
the end of their
So when
career.
we say second round, Commissioner Clark, I think they're part of the 10 to 13 that should be interviewed because some might drop out as well.
Yeah,
So like when we talk second round, like they're still being considered, they just weren't a top priority.
And that was probably verbiage. I could have said second tier. Second tier may have been better. Yeah. So
No,
you could,
second tier implies lesser. Second round, I don't know.
Could be day
round is
two.
more neutral.
In the
Yeah.
committee, they got lesser votes.
Florida
Correct,
experience.
that's
but-
why they
Right.
ranked it that way.
And
So
I think you need to decide, right now, we got one day with 8 people in a day.
It's gonna
So
happen.
if you're going to keep it at one day, you're going to need to have 8 people that day. So if the second tier, you're probably going to need to rank them so that when 1 or 2 people in the first tier drop out for that one day, you can replace them automatically. Or you have the option of adding another second day and interviewing everybody. So that's. But as attrition, some people are going to accept a job elsewhere and not be available anymore, or decide to withdraw their application. And so the list will get smaller as time goes on. Does that make sense? I thought I'd throw my 2 cents in.
It does,
I think we should have a second day.
I agree.
Yes,
That's two.
we need to give.
Even though you're
us a
missing
chance.
the mayor, you still need 3 votes to take any action on something.
I guess once we
Well-
get to that point, Lee, then we'll,
Right.
Well, let's finish
Are we
this and
gonna,
then
are we gonna be stymied because the mayor isn't here today?
No, you just need 3 votes to take action, which would be the same if he was here.
3 affirmative votes.
so we're looking at the second round. That's what we're
That's what we're
focused
doing
on
now.
right now, yeah.
To drop some people.
Potentially, yes.
And number them in
add.
preference at this point.
Again, if you're going to add a second,
Be your first preference.
if you're going to add a second day, you're not going to be dropping people out. You're going to have 2 full days. So that, you need to decide that fact first. Do we want a second day of interviews or only one day? And if you only want one day, then the second tier, you should rank them so that when people drop out of the first tier, we can, as a staff, can replace them based on your ranking.
Well, we could utilize both, because we could take the second day and have it as an option. If we find that people have dropped out before the interviews, we can move people from the second round up to the first day of interviews.
But with the timing, we might not be able to have time to ask you which ones. So that's why, if you're going to have one day.
Well, yes, I thought should be ranking them anyway, I thought that's what we were doing now.
But I feel like that was not clear, but that's why I think you guys should, if you're going to have 2 days of interviews, you probably ought to decide that first. If it's only one day of interviews,
Should we take a motion or a consensus as to whether we have
either
one day or
or,
2?
so that you have a groundwork of what you're working with.
So I would like to, well, I think the,
You're gonna have to figure out a date now then on the motion.
yes,
So I don't know if any.
We're gonna need the time. We need 2 days.
I think we need 2
How's that
days
work
also.
for Mayor
First, let's get to a consensus where we all agree, or a majority of us agree that we need 2 days. I believe that we do. Do we need a motion, or can we just do it as a
Need a
consensus?
motion
Okay.
with a date picked.
Yeah, because I don't have any dates.
Well, I'm available the 25th, but I think, Sean, you had said the other day that you weren't.
I think if you have a consensus of 3 days, then if you can,
We can work at that,
yeah,
okay.
then work with our calendar to
Again,
see.
is it a motion that we need to make?
I think we need to finalize it up before we make a motion, but
Okay.
The-
Are we in consensus with this,
of a second day of
the
interviews.
second day?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes, so, Sean?
I'm in support, but I want to say on the 25th, Mayor Collins couldn't attend.
Well, that's okay, we could pick another day, but I'm just saying, at least we need, as our attorney just said, we need to at least have that piece
25th of
in
what,
place.
February?
No, it's,
This month, yes.
the mayor cannot make that date, so we'll have to pick another second date.
I have 9 AM on the 24th for Kent.
First, though, we need to get through the fact that we are going to have a second date, and you were in agreement. I think that Commissioner Rich was. I'm in
I think it was
agreement.
4.
There's 3 right there. Okay, so we're in agreement that we will have a second day of interviews.
And you want us to figure out a date in the motion.
We can't do it the 25th, the 23rd.
That is the first one.
What's the first day we're going to do?
First
24th?
one is the
24th.
24th was the first
The
one.
first one's the 24th.
Is the 23rd, we have a city commission meeting. So it can't
Well,
be
that's
on
not going to work.
Correct, it's not going to work that
I
day.
know we have one at 2 PM on the 26th also.
I wouldn't have availability until March 2nd, the earliest.
Let me see.
And March 2nd was a conflict for someone, if my memory's right, because we moved the
27th?
special meeting to the 3rd.
The 27th is not good enough.
I'm not out of town.
He's
So
at,
can't we just do all day? Is it terrible to ask them to be here until 8 o'clock at night on the 24th?
well, that's up to you. The individuals come and they spend an hour and they're gone. That's really up to the people on the dais here. Do we want to spend a 7-8 hour day?
What is coming down to you now is what an 8 applicant interview schedule would look like, starting at 9 a.m. That's 8 people.
Okay.
We'd go till 9
No, the
o'clock.
individual applicants spend 5 hours here.
Correct.
Oh, that's true. They go to
That's right.
each person.
I think we should have 2 days, and we have to figure out the date.
Yes.
What's the rush to get them by this March 20?
Yeah, I don't get
Well,
it.
because they've applied for jobs elsewhere, you're going to start to lose them. We need to
Okay.
interview them as quickly as we can.
So what about March 2nd, March 3rd,
March 2nd, let me see,
March 5th?
So March 3rd was the date of a potential special meeting.
For
For what?
No, that was the
It's
second.
listed on my thing,
It
9 a.m.
moved to the
March,
third.
meet at
Because the
City
second
Hall
was a
regarding
conflict.
applicants. It's already on my agenda.
it's not on my, oh, there it is. It just popped up. No, that's the 4th.
So the 3rd was a date that we had looked at to decide the candidate post-interview. So all the interviews would have been conducted on the 24th.
Yeah.
Then the commission had scheduling conflicts, and we decided on the 3rd to come back and determine the
maybe
candidate.
the 3rd should be our second day interview then?
That could work. And then we would determine another day for the commission to reconvene.
So from one Tuesday to the next Tuesday.
Yes. So it'd be March 3rd for the second day then. I'm
And then,
okay with that.
and what day would we be convening to
Well,
that tentative
for interview,
date?
Yeah, you did the half.
like 4 or 5.
City Commission
So
is on the 9th.
Bring that up.
let me ask a question. The 23rd is a commission meeting day. That's a 5:30 start time. Would the
We have
commission,
an MPO board meeting from 9 to 12.
okay,
No, not
thought
on,
that-
not on a meeting day, no.
okay.
If I didn't have the MPO, I would be for it.
Yeah, I would have been for it also. I mean, it just makes sense. We're already here.
Right.
Why can't we make another day like a,
Sorry?
no,
Are you thinking?
I was gonna make an 8th day.
And you said there was a conflict on the 2nd and the 3rd of March?
The 3rd of March was good for the commission to reconvene to decide the selected candidate.
be
Yeah,
the
so we
second,
already
I-
agreed on that day.
Correct.
So?
The 2nd, I believe there was a conflict.
So we should probably have the 3rd then, as the second day.
Okay?
Right.
All right.
How do you feel, Commissioner Rich, about that?
Fine?
Okay, so we just need a motion then for a second day
Early
on
March?
March 3rd.
I think,
Are we still gonna keep Ricardo number 62 on here?
Well, we'll
Well,
talk about
first we
that
have to
after
get
we
the
get the
dates.
second date.
Then we can go back to selecting the candidates. Let's get the dates down. We've already gotten through the fact that we're doing a second date. Let's get that date down, and then we can go back to the candidates. Okay. Do we need a motion for the
do.
second date?
Yeah, I would just, I know that we've done this before, but I would just, let's do a motion to have the first day of interviews and the second day. So the first, motion for first day of interviews on February 24th, and the second day of interviews to be on March 3rd.
Okay.
I'll move for you, Laura.
No, you can if you want. Go ahead. Oh, okay, all right. I make a motion that we select February 24th as the first round of interviews for the applicants for city manager, and that March 3rd be the second day of a round of interviews for that city manager position. Thank you.
Agree.
We need a second.
She's the second.
Yes.
Okay.
Second.
She agreed, didn't say.
We have a motion by Commissioner Giobi for the first and second dates, and seconded by Commissioner Clark. Are there any public comments regarding this motion with the date selected? Mary?
Vice Mayor Reed,
Yes?
Commissioner Clark,
Yes.
Commissioner Rich,
yes.
Commissioner Giobi.
Yes.
Motion passes. All right, now,
And just one to
Yes.
Roz, at some point you'll give us a breakdown, similar to this for the amount of interviews on the second day, March 2nd.
Indeed.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
March 3rd, sorry.
when the board's ready to discuss the second round, let me know, I'm ready.
I'm ready. Mr. Vice Mayor,
Yes.
when you decided on your candidates, did you go,
Yeah, so
did you vote on each individual one at a time?
So what I did for the second round, I personally like what's on the second round as presented. One that I would be open to would be David Harvell. Or I think it might have been, I mean, if you guys want Latoya on there, I'm looking for city manager experience. As far as Ramon though, and George and Shamara, those are out of state. I personally am looking for someone in Florida. That was my priority.
Can I make a motion
They
that
have a
we add,
familiarity with Florida
Where,
law.
I don't see
we
Ramon.
add number 71 and number 42?
What?
Number 71 is Latoya Ricketts, number 42 is David Harvell.
I think it's gonna be one big motion. That's
Yeah,
what I'm looking for.
I think you had a consensus on the top 8, and now we're working on the second tier for the second day of interviews.
So is there anyone, yeah.
Once you get it down, then do a final motion.
So is there anyone that, so the ones that were added were 71, I'll mention the tab number. It was 71 Latoya Ricketts, 18 Ramon Collin, 24 was George Dickens, 42 was David Harvell, 72 was Shamara Robinson. Those were the 5 that were added after it being published. I mentioned
What was number 19? What was the other one you
Actually,
said?
most of them were mentioned here.
71, 18,
18.
24, 42, and 72. Those were the ones that were added after it being published. My personal opinion is, if we're going to do it, I think it should be David Harvell. That should be included as published. Latoya, yes, a lot of experience. I have no problem interviewing if that's what the board desires.
I'd want her interviewed.
But my only opinion was there was no city manager experience, but a lot of government experience. I agree with you, Commissioner Clark. I don't know if there's anyone on here, how you feel, Commissioner Rich, that you feel as if should be in the second round that I didn't mention, or as
Well,
published.
as Commissioner Clark and I both mentioned that woman, 24 was interesting. He has a law degree and MPA. He has an interesting resume. I think he should be interviewed.
24, correct?
Correct. 42,
That was David Harvell. I think Commissioner Clark and myself agree with that for a second
I
round.
just really want to know why he was in college for 10 years.
Part-time, maybe.
And 72 was,
Number
what's her name?
24,
Shamira Robbins.
Now, when it comes to,
She's never supervised a sufficient number of employees, was my impression.
okay, so we're leaving her.
yeah,
on
and
the-
Commissioner Clark, when it comes to George Dickens, did he have, I see
I
firefighter,
didn't have that list. I'm
building
seeing-
inspector,
Leadership skills,
I mean, I don't know.
no city manager,
What jumped out at you with him?
it wasn't me.
Oh, who?
Which one?
George
Number
Dickens, number
24.
24?
You said something about a law
Yeah,
degree, but I
you
don't,
mentioned him. You
I
brought him
don't
up.
see that. No, we don't,
I didn't mention him.
Commissioner who brought him up. You
I
brought him
don't
No.
see that.
No, this is the list you gave me. You said it was added after that was published.
Where's George Dickens on there?
I think it's 18 he was talking about. Why did you say he had a law degree? I didn't see that.
When we were discussing, I wrote down each commissioner who mentioned someone. Commissioner Rich mentioned George Dickens, number 24.
Correct, that's the only reason why he's on the list.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
If I may interject real quick,
We got a lot of moving parts here.
Yes, Lee.
George Dickens.
we keep using the term published, but this sheet of paper was created today by Roz after the committee, so I don't know that it was necessarily
Well, he
published.
went to the Mitchell Hamlin School of Law.
Like it was
right.
presented to us.
Just so the record's clear that.
He has
I
an
still think you need to
MPA.
identify the
Commissioner Rich
names.
is
Yeah.
stating.
For the record.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Commissioner Rich is stating why he thinks Mr.
Yeah.
Dickens is.
Or the MP,
He went to the Mitchell Hamlin School of Law.
or defense, okay.
He has an MPA, a Master's of Public Administration, correct? Is that what an MPA is, Roz?
It is, MPA's Master
Okay.
Admin.
And he's a fire inspector, deputy. No, he doesn't need to be on there.
Okay.
We have a fire chief.
All right, we can
We have a
cross-
fire chief.
We can cross George off
Many
that.
people that he supervised either.
So the other one was number 18?
Yeah, that was Ramon Collin. That was out of state as well. I mean, I have no problem pulling up it's tab 18 if anyone wants to look at it while we're
I
here.
think he's Oregon, isn't he?
Environmental.
And his
I think Mr. Cologne was Oregon,
management is environmental.
which is good.
Yeah, the environmental has showed up.
It's good for us. Yeah, Mr. Cologne currently resides in the state of Oregon, so he could not possibly move further from where he currently is.
Big jump.
And I'd like to stay, I agree with the vice mayor, I'd like to stay with a candidate in Florida because they have a little knowledge, or hopefully a lot of knowledge of Florida rules and regulations.
A lot of the outer, sorry, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Vice Mayor.
So there is
lot of the
there is a
out-of-town
column for
people
Florida resident.
Also
Commissioner
have
Gill.
experience with federal government and grants and so on. So, you know, that is important also, especially when we're,
So I really think what needs discussed, if LaToya Ricketts is going to be in the second day, Ramon Collin, David Harvell, and Shamara Robinson. I personally think we should go for the Florida ones, and I believe only LaToya and David Harvell would meet that requirement.
I'm fine with
yeah, I
that.
agree with those
I'm
two.
fine with that.
So do you want me to list the names for the record, Lee, of all of them?
I think we're getting there.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
if we're
I,
done.
I don't think
discuss
Colin Donnelly is qualified, neither is Aretha Farrell, Benavides.
Yeah, that's what I didn't have her, no.
No.
I didn't have her.
Take
as-
them out. I
No
say
Florida experience. We could take out number 28 and number
25.
28 and number 25.
So those ones we already got a consensus with that we wanted them there.
Oh, from the committee, okay.
Correct. No, not just from the committee, from this board that we're currently at right now.
I only show David
don't
Harvell
agree
and
with it.
LaToya as what we've agreed on so far.
Yeah, we didn't want
Other
them.
than the second round.
We don't want them. I'm not saying your committee doesn't want them, but.
Oh, so you're saying keep the committee ones and just add 2 people?
Correct, that's what I
Yes.
was saying. So basically, it's as published, and when I say published, handed out from,
Today.
from.
As
from
recommended.
As recommended, and we're just adding LaToya Ricketts and David Harvell.
Okay.
And then we would be in 2 days, we'd be the 24th of February, and then March 3rd for the second day.
Are
So
we
the
interviewing
final
them, Roz,
question-
by alphabetical order?
The final question is, and I thought it was a good suggestion, should they be ranked?
Yeah, that's the next.
That's the next.
Yeah, so
Are we in agreement for the 2 additional
when,
people?
when we have the meeting, when they come to us, they're gonna be ranked.
Yes.
No,
don't-
I didn't want to rank them, I just
You
figured.
said if someone drops out of the first
Well,
round,
Yeah, let me explain. So we initially had 1 day, and you had backups, in essence, in the second round, or second tier. So if you had 1 day of interviews, and people dropped out of the first primary
Oh,
list,
okay.
you would have to replace them. But now you've selected to interview all of them in 2 separate days, so I don't think you need to rank
I don't
them.
think we should
Okay.
rank them. yeah.
I think you ought to leave, even in your motion, I think you ought to leave it open, just all of these candidates will be interviewed on these 2 days, because some candidates might not be available.
For that,
Correct.
they could swap.
So we can
days.
swap.
I agree with that, Lee.
But I'm saying when they come for the day of the interview, we are gonna be ranking and marking down.
Correct.
Once we've interviewed,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And then you'll have a subsequent,
Know how to
you'll have a subsequent commission meeting where you guys will just have this similar discussion on the people that you interviewed. And we're choosing a lot of numbers here, but it's probably guaranteed some of them are going to drop out. They're going to get jobs elsewhere and
By the time you
Withdraw.
call them to set up an
Correct.
interview.
So do you want me to mention all the names?
I think for the record,
I
yeah.
think we
you
should, yes.
So for the record, tab 6 is Glenn Adams. Tab 34 is Michael Giardino. Tab 56 is Jeremy Marshall. Tab 80 is Larry Tibbs. Tab 19 is Shane Corbin. Tab 58 is Mark Mathis. Tab 73 is Christopher Russo. Tab 83 is Chandler Williamson. Tab 25 is Colin Donnelly. Tab 28 is Aretha Farrell Benavides. Tab 32 is Carl Gefkin. Tab 44 is Stanley Hawthorne. Tab 62 is Ricardo Mendez. Tab 71 is LaToya Ricketts. And tab 42 is David Harvell. So
So we'd be looking for a motion for approval of that list of candidates to be
And in
interviewed.
no particular order, like Lee said, it would just be done over 2 days, whoever can fit that criteria for the 2 days. So if we have to
Correct.
mix and match, we can.
In the motion, do you need to mention their names, or can we just
I
mention the
just
15
mentioned it for the
candidates?
record.
I think you can motion the list that
She did it
the vice
already.
mayor just identified.
And it gives us time to call their references. Oy, oy, oy. A lot of calls.
Want to make the motion?
Commissioner
Mr.
Clark?
Mayor, Mr. Vice Mayor, acting as mayor, the list that was read by yourself on the record today, I make a motion that we set up times to interview those persons over a 2-day period, and that the times be arranged with the city manager and with staff. And then that we be notified when who will come on which day. The days would be the last one is the 3rd of March, and the first day is the 24th of February.
We have a
That's
second?
my motion.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion by Commissioner Clark, seconded by Commissioner Giobi. Are there any public comments regarding this motion and the applicants for the city manager position? Seeing none. Mary?
Sorry.
Oh, I
Commissioner,
just, Roz,
Can I,
is the guy who was in college for 10 years on there in that list?
I believe that was Chan or Harvell. Let me make sure.
yeah, that's hard.
If he is, could you please just approach him and ask him?
I will.
Thank you.
Again, it was probably part-time, ongoing, but I will certainly, yes. That was this is David Harvell, tab number 42.
Oh, he is on the list, 42.
Okay.
Yes.
But he has 30 years' experience too, so maybe.
No, it's very impressive,
Yes,
but
maybe he
it
took a couple of years off, who knows?
should, well, my wife took 7 years to get through college, so.
After we vote, Mr. Mayor, I want to have a
Sure she
question
appreciates that
for
being public knowledge now.
Roz after we vote, so.
She attended some very good schools.
We're ready whenever you are, Mary.
okay. Vice Mayor Reed,
Yes?
Commissioner Giobi,
Yes,
Commissioner Clark,
Yes,
Commissioner Rich.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously, and Commissioner Clark has a question for
right,
Roz.
I didn't want the meeting to close before. So Roz, I remembered what I was going to ask you when I was going through it, then I forget now. Did you see the part about how people, well, I know we had 83 applicants, 82, so it seems like a lot, but when you look at that little question that says, how did you hear about the job, like ICMA or internet or whatever, did Ryan go through and do a little survey and see how people are hearing about us?
We do track that through our software, so we're in the midst of compiling all of that, but yes, it is tracked. Most of them find out through GovJobs.
Okay,
Most of them come through the government jobs websites.
okay.
Is that why we get some from out of state, probably? 'cause they
Exactly.
see it?
Exactly how.
Well, as I understand it, the jobs now, they're actually fed to the individuals.
Correct.
So, you
Who
know,
have a resume online or something?
yeah, and it'll say, I'm seeking, and then that will say, here's this position in Stuart, rather than them finding it.
Okay,
It's
okay.
presented to them.
That's one of the reasons we signed on with NeoGov and GovJobs, for that very reason. They build an account, as the attorney mentioned, and then they can select, I'm interested in all these
Right.
different professions. Then when it's posted, it pings them.
Yeah. I'm going to leave this here.
Certainly.
Okay, are we closing?
I will,
Hold on one second.
Not
I will
yet,
expect a new binder with only the remaining applicants to be available. Thank you.
Is that Mr. Carter over there? Mr. Carter, could you come forward a minute, since you're visiting with us? I just met Mr. Carter recently.
Hi, Ryan.
This is Mr. Ryan Carter. Just go over to the podium and introduce yourself. And,
Make sure you fill out a green card as well.
yeah, I know, because you're speaking to us.
He seems
Yeah.
very eager.
No. One of these days, he'll come and speak to us, but since I saw him in the audience, so Mr. Carter, just say hello to us and give us your name and address, that's all.
Hello, my name is Ryan Carter. I'm of Florida Street, Southeast Florida Street, over in the East Stewart area.
Thank you. And he's been doing the basketball. I didn't get to go on Sunday, but we'll hear more from Mr. Carter. I'm going to have him come in and speak to us about his basketball program and his other programs. So, good.
Mr. Carter, are you from Chicago?
No, sir, not at all. But I grew up a Bulls fan. Michael Jordan's a GOAT.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Carter.
Ryan does a lot of good things for the community, by the way, with the next generation. I went to Martin County High School where they had the nonprofit of Stuart Police Department versus Martin County Sheriffs. That was an event that Ryan was a big part of, so he does a lot for the kids in the community.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
We've had a
you.
lot of conversation, so trying to educate as many people as I can, but any further comments from the commissioners?
No, sir.
Any public comments? Seeing none, I'm gonna, yeah. You gotta come to the podium.
Okay, now you had your chance. You ran away. You ran away when you had your chance.
Obviously, I missed the bulk of today's contents. Is there any way that I would be able to kind of figure out what was, I mean, like, is there
We
public?
have a video online. You can look
Okay.
at the meeting online.
Okay.
And I can also sum it up for you, so I can make a copy of who we selected, so you can have it ahead of time if you want to do any due diligence on any of
Okay.
them. But basically, we have 2 days of interviews we're going to do, and I believe there's what, 8, 13, there's 15 potentials in 2 days for interviews, and some may or may not drop out. And their resumes will be in the agenda packet
Yeah, we
moving
have-
forward and stuff like that. But yes,
Okay.
that sums it up, and there were 82 applicants total.
More power to you guys.
It was a lot, but
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
seeing no further discussion, I'm going to adjourn the meeting.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Grass. Thank you for coming out.